So, this is Moonlight Mystic here. Thank you for allowing a moment of silence. So, I'm wanting to talk about shadow. So when you're thinking about shadow is interesting because sometimes you think it's your light and it turns out to be your shadow, and then there's other times when you think it's your shadow and it turns out to be your light. We have to navigate energy through the heart center, and that is why we feel things so deeply. And especially for those of us that are highly sensitive souls or empathic or wired, tuned in spiritually, let's say, when we are of that nature, we need to feel and discern energy through what we experience within our own heart. We will experience the projected reality of shadow. We will experience that person who projects. We will experience that because we live in the emotional underworld, but everyone ignores it as if it does not exist, and it exists. And we need to tune into the emotional underworld of our heart. Why are we afraid to tune into that world? Because we have experienced much shadow. And shadow, I think in reference to this channel and the creation and what all those things, sometimes I think, wow, what is that? What is that energy? What is that consciousness? So there is a part of me that kind of likes a challenge, and I think in terms of shadow, it's like there is a fine line between one's own light and one's own shadow. So sometimes, the things that come up from that emotional underworld, there can be aggression in it. There can be forms of energy that I am working out, and that's okay. That's what makes me human. That's what keeps me grounded, And so, it is the two sides to the one coin. It is the temperance of energies. forward as if, you know, nothing phases me. I'm not afraid of anything. Yet, my legs are shaking. You know, it's like facing fear face to face, and or finding that reflection that triggers you know, energies within the heart that need to be released. And then that is shadow. When we are going through an experience of something, and those motions of energy are in the heart, they are part of our guidance system. Yeah, they are part of our guidance system. And we want to move towards the things that allow for us to feel connected, to feel safe, to feel in a place, in a space where we know that we have found, you know, our soul tribe, our soul people, the vision, the common ground, the common heart, the common consciousness, and the way in which we all fit into that is what is profound, because, you know, every part is needed. When we are coming into the light, then there is no need for competition. What is there need for? There is need to understand your skill, your gift, your talent, the thing that you bring to this new world, and the energy that you need to embrace, encompass, you know, in order to get to that goal, that dream, that vision. The greatest way to live is to live from your heart, to live from your authentic self. And when we are, you know, locked away or trapped in the shadows, we are not living life as our authentic self. We are making judgments of ourselves, making judgments of others, drawing comparisons, you know, feeling uncomfortable, and, you know, around one another, and we don't know why, and that's the emotional underworld. You get the signal, oh, something doesn't feel right, or something feels really right. You get the signal. It's in your heart. You know, it's in your heart, and you have to follow the heart. And when we have been conditioned that doing that is very dangerous, we may fall, we may make a mistake, we may get judged, we may have people say all kinds of things about us because we decided to come out of our shell. You know, it's we prepare ourselves emotionally, because we have to have the focus, we have to have the determination, we have to have the spiritual resilience, capability. We have to have a strong house that caters to everything that is needed within you. You know, that is the body. That is the mind and the consciousness, the mind, body, soul connection. You know, that's the connection. You know, the mind, the energy, the food we eat, the way we live. When routines become experiences, you know, when we get the house in order, when we begin to follow heart intuitions, and become more and more creative. When we collaborate as a community, when we step out of these shadows that we have been walking around with for some time, we release them. We realize that they have had their place and they have taught us well. They have had their place and they have taught us well. We do not have to despise or hate or judge the shadow. The shadow is only performing its natural function in the completion of all things. How can we move into the completion of all things unless we have some form of shadow that works with us in our lives? Okay, we can work with the energy that comes up, and yes, it is challenging, and yes, it is humbling and irritating at times. We feel all the human emotion. We feel it. We go through it. And we reassess and we think about all the things that we sort of no longer need. They haven't helped us without those 20 years or 30 years or 50 years or whatever it was that we carried that consciousness around with us. It's reclaiming our light one step at a time. We are coming out of the shadows. It's an exciting time. There is the rhythm of the horse that is galloping. There is a stirring, and it is not the power that we have been taught by the systems. It is a different form of power. It is a balanced power. And I love metaphor and the beautiful power shadow. We are coming out of our shadow and the brilliance of that multi-dimensional color that shines through. And I love how the threads all connect, and I love the way the story is told, the mystery story, the mystery of who and what we are. And to say we are energy, we are consciousness, that is to simplify things. But sometimes we need to simplify things. We need to keep things simple. When we can fully accept that we are the energy, when we accept that we are the energy, then that means that we are the ones that make the decision, and we are the ones that choose through the heart what is the best option or the best outcome for ourselves. And we use that higher wisdom to connect to the very things that we want to hold on to in this nation. The things that we want to hold on to, that we want to see for the next generation. These are the things that we need to begin to focus our consciousness on.